All right, how y'all doing? I'm doing this video for opinions, cause I mean all this was before my time, so these just ideas I got racking around in my head. Next year, I think I'm gonna do something different. All right, what I'm gonna do next year, I, what I'm thinking, I've done some calculations on stuff, and it really got my wheels turning. You see, yesterday when the wife was out, this 100-mile yard sale thing, and a sprayer popped up on my telephone in the area that we was in. A nice 3-point hit sprayer, really cheap. It was with the booms and all on it. It was like $75. It was just listed. I was right behind them when they listed it. It was gone before I could get a message sent to them. Well, at the current time, I was just going buy the sprayer because it was cheap. I called it cheap, $75. That was the tank, the pump, the pressure regulator, gauge, booms, nozzles, the whole 9 yards. Well, after I messaged the woman asked what was available, I was thinking, what can I do with it? What can I do with the sprayer? So how about you spraying your nitrogen and fertilizer? So we went on from there, and I got to racking doing math in my head, which I've had people tell me this, that I was a fool to continue putting down pellet fertilizer because it costs twice as much. I don't think it costs twice as much. It's more like 6 to 7 times more for pellet versus liquid. It's a huge price. If nobody's ever checked it, it's a huge difference in the price. So I got the racking in my head. I did the math on that. And I was like, well, how can I go by spraying, putting my two biggest costs in planting corn, sweet corn, is the fertilizer and the seed. Well, this year I planted some corn that I planted off to itself that I'm planning on using for seed because I've been buying seed. That stuff here, it went from $16 a pound to $24.99 a pound in 12 months from 1 year to the next. I don't know what the deal was with that. I asked no questions. It doesn't matter. Asking questions and get the man change the price. You might as well just pay it and go on and move on. Anyway, so I got to save some seed. All right, so I think I got that covered. My next biggest cost is putting down nitrogen to the corn. Because I'm going to pay the money and put it down so I can have a nice looking crop to present. Well, I'm just not going to do it at all. That's just me. I'm just not going to do it at all. So I adding up my bags of nitrogen costs. I think I'm, at just 34%, I'm like over $100 in just that. Well, I was doing the math on it, and basically what that $100 that over $100 that I spent in that 34%, I could do it in a liquid form for less than $20. That's if my math is right. I'm doing it on my telephone. I don't have it on pen and paper. I was doing my math on it. I was like, yeah, that's a big substantial difference. So I said, well, my plan, I'm going to jump right to my plan. My plan is that sprayer deal fell through, and I went and looked at another one, and that one was it was too far gone. The tank was weather cracked, and it was too far gone. But my opinion I want on is I have a 3-point hitch on this farmall M. All right. This is basically to put down nitrogen. And maybe a little bit of pesticide for the corn worms. Now, I'm in the tobacco country. I see this all the time. Not on a spray rig, but on cultivating. I know I can pull these wheels back out to where they were, and it'll straddle 2 rows. But I'm not sure But the part I'm not sure on is, I know this this drawbar is going to be removed. That's going to be removed. Your middle row, you're not going to have a crop in the middle of the tractor. The crop, one crop is going to be, should skim down the sides right here. And then right here where this tire is, it should be a nothing, roughly. But you'll have two rows under the tractor, basically about one right here and one about right here. And then these tires will be on the outside of them. You'll have basically one crop right here and then pretty much one crop here. And I'm thinking about spraying 4 rows at a time. If my calculations are right, the sprayer, I'm gonna wait because this is gonna be next year because I already bought all my fertilizer. Matter of fact, I don't already applied all my corn fertilizer that I need to apply. All that's down. So the 3-point hitch, I have everything to it except the cylinder. I'm gonna buy a cylinder, just I haven't done it. That's gonna probably be a winter project. I'm gonna put a cylinder on it and we're gonna plumb it in here. I got all the arms and everything else. The only thing I do not have no cylinders. This is the kit that you can buy with the cylinders or without. Someone brought it without. Never put them on there, never plumbed them up. All right. I'm thinking about putting the sprayer on the 3-point hitch. And I know that I cannot apply the nitrogen directly to the plant. You have to put drop nozzles in it. In other words, you spray a boom, a big cross here, you got to put drop nozzles dangling down here to the ground, and it apply the nitrogen down here on the ground, in between the rows or beside the plant, not directly on the plant. You don't want to touch the plant with the nitrogen directly. You want to get it on the ground and not on the plant. So you put drop nozzles down in here like this, because one row will be, put drop nozzles on each side of the plant, and it'll spray on each side of the plant, and be about an 8-foot swath, 4 rows. I'll probably spray 4 rows at a time. I'm thinking about doing it with the M, because as far as some tillage work, I don't have nothing else planned for the M. I'm gonna put the loader on it this winter. I don't really have much, and the loader's not gonna affect it. That's gonna be up there on the frame. It ain't gonna affect the height, more the front axle. Now the height is way more on these front axles than it is on the 140. So the height ain't gonna be no problem either. The 140 is about 21 inches on the height on the front bumper. This here is about 24 and a half on the height. So that's not gonna be no problem. This M is actually taller than the 140. But I don't see any opinions on that, on doing that way, spraying it with them drop nozzles. Yes, I do know that I cannot spray nitrogen directly on a corn plant. Yes, I do know that. So you know anybody comment and tell me that, I already know that. I know that from my dad. But anyway, I know I cannot spray it directly on the plant. It has to be down on the ground, beside the plant, on the ground. I know that. But anyway, give me an opinion on that, or what you think. How you think this will work out on the M? Give me a spray rig on the rear of this thing to apply nitrogen with, and maybe some pesticides to this corn. Cut my fertilizer costs way down. All right, thanks for watching. Give me your opinions in the comments.